So, Dr. Christian Coachman, it's been an honor to have you this year in 2014 Annual Scientific Session and Trade Show. I've had the honor of seeing you speak over the last 5 or 6 years and watching your presentation grow into what it's become, and we're just excited to have you. What do you think that our members are going to really take home today from your digital smile design presentation?
First of all, it's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you, Brian, for inviting me, and thank to all the members of the Academy for accepting your suggestion of having me here. It's a great group. We're having a lot of fun, and I hope people will enjoy whatever we have to share here today. I think there's 3 main messages of our presentation today. First main message is that the smile design project should be done always before we do the interdisciplinary treatment plan. That means before we present it to the patient. That means we need a smile designer in our team. Second message is we need a protocol of communication, not only understanding that interdisciplinary dentistry is the key, but having a protocol that you can implement in your office so the team can be connected in a very feasible and practical way to treatment plan every single case, not only once in a while as a team. And then the third message is what we call emotional dentistry. That if you believe you are an amazing smile designer and you believe that your team can deliver an amazing interdisciplinary treatment plan, we need to create value on this product towards the patient, because the patient needs to value this and understand how tough it is to deliver high-end dentistry. And with this value, increase case acceptance. So the dentists that are prepared to deliver high-end dentistry should invest time as well on how to connect emotionally to the patient to increase their value and increase case acceptance.
That's amazing. For years, the Florida Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry has been looking to bring the right speakers of the time to deliver the right message, and no other time but now. I think that the message that you're bringing to us is exactly what we need to hear to bring home to our practices. I've already gotten feedback.
Yes.
Half the day is done and we've already gotten such wonderful feedback about your presentation. Another question for you is, over the next 2 years, 5 years, how do you see cosmetic dentistry growing?
I think, first of all, that in the past there was some kind of prejudice against the name cosmetic dentistry, or even aesthetic, and people that were kind of more cool, instead of calling themselves cosmetic, they would call themselves aesthetic, whatever that means. What I see is that nowadays in dentistry there's no perio, pros, ortho, everything is aesthetic dentistry, everything is one thing. And the basic message of designing the case first and then treatment planning after is the message of any kind of architectural work. You work with the architect, he's the cosmetic dentistry. You work with the engineer, he's the treatment planner. And we can think together on the best project for the patient. There's no dentistry nowadays without aesthetics. We all know that. Coming into the future, we see digital technology also as a great tool to help us on this process, because being a good aesthetic dentist is much more difficult than we can imagine. People think that the prosto-functional issues are difficult, the perio-biological issues are the problem, the ortho-occlusal whatever is tough. These are all important information that are difficult to control. But what I see is that with my experience working with hundreds of dentists all over the world, I see many more people controlling well function, biology, etc., than controlling aesthetics. So aesthetics is a big challenge, and we need to look at our work with critical eyes and see that what we are doing can be better from the aesthetic standpoint. It's not only the function is there, biology is healthy, and I look at some of our cases and we say, but it's not there from the design standpoint. So we can improve, and we need to evolve, and we need to understand the aesthetic dentistry is actually just at the beginning. We are just learning now how much we don't know. and what we need to learn to make more beautiful smiles.
Wow. Oh. I felt it. I mean, everything that you're saying goes along with what the Florida Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry is, trying to grow into and become. And to have you here this year delivering that message is really impactful for us. And you've lectured all over the world. I mean, you lecture all over the world every year. If you were to compare our organization to other such organizations around the world, how do you think that we're doing as an organization from a meeting standpoint and from a presenter? You've been here all weekend and been able to observe. I mean, a lot of our attendees are your friends. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the organization and how it's become what it is?
Yes, I think some of my friends, they were already mentioning to me before the meeting, say, you're going to like this meeting. It's a good meeting, good people, very well organized. And I was, okay, it's one more meeting. But I was really impressed in a positive way. First, the people are very cool. I don't know if it's because it's Florida or what is the lifestyle. I have a lot of friends in Florida, as you mentioned, and just cool people, There's no arrogancy. Everybody's very cool, even though there's a super high quality. There's a lot of people here that does amazing work, but everybody's laid back and they share information in a very casual way. Many meetings that I go, people are very sophisticated and they think that they're changing the world while they're just doing dentistry, and it's so much ego involved and etc. And we have this so strong in dentistry at that top level that sometimes I'm really it bothers me. So I'm very happy to be here in such a cool environment with cool people, but still very good dentists. I think the organization is amazing. The venue is perfect. I was impressed about the AV setup. Most of the local meetings, they don't follow standards of international huge meetings. And sometimes we work so hard on our presentation, on our visual presentation, and our topic is mainly visual, and you get to a place, the projection is not good, the screen is small, and here you have one of the most amazing, biggest screen AV setup. So it's at the level of the top 5 meetings in the world from the AV standpoint. We have a very cool party, with nice environment as well, good music. It was a surprise for me to have Brazilian music yesterday and a Brazilian party with carnival and everything. I didn't know that, so it was a very nice coincidence. So everything is really, honestly, not because I'm telling you here in front of the camera or whatever, the standards are pretty high, and if I would have any suggestion, I would do right now, and I don't think anything in my top of my head now, something that you could change. Maybe have a couple more Brazilians here.
Yeah. All right, done deal. Again, I want to say how much it's an honor it's been to have you here this year.
Pleasure.
And I know we'll be hearing about it all year, how wonderful this meeting's been and how impactful you've been. And I look forward to seeing you again. And I look forward to seeing the rest of your lecture today.
Cool. Send me the feedbacks afterwards.
Oh, will do. Will do.
Perfect. Thank you very much to all.